wiggle here, Sunday the 5th. We don't have that much firewood, so it's not a bad day out. It's cloudy, fairly warm. So we're gonna buck this up and I'll show you how we load it onto the trailer. I'll buck it up and I'll back up to it with my little trailer. And we'll move it up to where we split it. There's the trailer. So here we are. We load it up so we can just roll it right off. As we unload it, we take the small pieces and just put them right on the porch. And then we leave the bigger pieces on there, the coupons. Then we'll roll those off, stand them up as we roll them off, and split them. Just roll them off, we'll pull up, roll off. So there's least handling possible. And every time I cut a little wood, we back the trailer up so we don't have to carry it so far. So right now, without a forklift and all that, we're doing it by hand. Well, there was no firewood on the porch 2 days ago. So we got at least a cord up there, probably double stacked in a lot of spots. So didn't really show you all of our process, but oh well. So what was on my agenda before I had to run off to Tulsa on my little real estate adventure was greenhouses. Greenhouses still on the agenda. Not top priority because right now we're just buying food. It's cheaper. There's only so much time to do stuff. Anyway, I'll show you what's going on with this greenhouse. You see where I have the hardware cloth. There was plastic over it. Plastic got worn out and broke off and died. Wasn't even that old. I'll show you what's going on in here. This end is open. This up here is open. I still have tomatoes that are alive in all of this mess. Over here in the corner they died, obviously. But if you look, I still have some, and I have been walking on them. See how I got that live stuff going on there? I'm going to try to save that. I'm going to try to take it back to wherever it's still alive. It is definitely dusty from all these chickens, but I've got tomatoes that are still living. So I'm going to put the plastic back up. We're separating this from the chickens. So I got to put that back up. Some of this is still fairly well insulated. I mean, these tomatoes survived. I'm surprised. It's first week of December. All of my other tomatoes died. Did not thrive, so I'm going to try to figure out a way to keep these things going. First thing I'm going to do is close up that outside. I'm going to get some plastic and close it up and hold whatever heat. Then I'll get in here and clean all this dead stuff out and try to put a secondary cold frame in here to keep these tomatoes going and get some lights on whatever I got to do. I'm going to try to keep them alive all winter since I lost all my other stuff. We'll just see what I can figure out. Maybe too late, but I'm going to give it a shot. Just the thermal mass from the water and just out of the breeze. I mean, I'm surprised that stuff's not completely dead. Tomatoes are so sensitive. Anyway, I'm going to close this sucker in and see if we can clean this up and save some tomatoes. That would be awesome. And it's not really a priority, but it's also something that I have to work with. I'm going to see if see if I can make it happen. It's just where I'm at. So I'm going to give it a shot. That way I don't have to start from this nothing but seedlings. I guess it's possible. We shall see. We're still alive at this point. I saw one of them had a blossom on it, which was like totally a surprise. Right there. See that? Blossom. Doesn't even know it's supposed to be dead. It's just the thermal mass of the dirt, and then there's some pavers under there, and it just was enough to keep them alive. Just amazing. All right. Well, I'm going to get started on the plastic, and I'll update you on how that goes, see if I can get it done before dark. I actually had to find my roll of plastic. I'm not sure if that recorded, so I'm going to do it again. Save the tomatoes project. All my other tomatoes are dead. Put the plastic on here. I just got to take these bolts off, slide the plastic under, bolt it back down, and then take these little wood strips up that are all along the bottom here, put the plastic under them, and then put the strips back on. Got to get rid of the remnants of the cardboard that was just mulching out the spiny amaranth, and I got to chop the spiny amaranth so I don't get full of thorns as I'm trying to put this plastic on. So I got to get this strip on and that bit right there. And these are kind of, I just use scraps of wood and deck screws. That's just left over and laying around from spring when I took it off. So anyway, that's what I'm up to. Alright, I got this amaranth cleared out of the way. I found a 1/4-inch drive bit. Got this old strip off. It wasn't actually that easy. All the stripped heads and stuff. I have this grading issue. See how the railroad tie is down there? It's fine, but right through here, it's all dirt and it's just a real pain. So I'm going to clear it out a little bit more. I'm going to put some of these coal lumber I got from Home Depot I'm gonna just throw down some 2x4s. Probably should rip them in half. I just don't have time for all that. So I'm just gonna throw down a couple of 2x4s to fix that grading issue. So I have something solid to attach the plastic to, and then I don't have to deal with all the dirt. So this is where I'm at right now. Getting close to dark. We'll see if I get the Save the Tomatoes initiative taken care of. So I got my first little corner tacked on. I'm assuming that the outside face of the roll is the side that's got the UV protection. So I had to roll it out this way. I'm just catching the top part of the sheet, and then this where it's folded, because it's only 6.5 feet. That piece I'm letting fall. Then I'll unwrap, put the boards down to hold it. So I just put my foot when I have to on. I put my foot on the 2x4, but all I'm doing is getting that plastic underneath one section at a time, like so. Then I'll put a screw in it. I'll pull it tight across this way. Then I'll put a screw in it, and then I'll just keep working that hole. I'm just putting one screw in every 2x4 right now, all the way down. Then I'll cut it off, pull it out, tack it down with these boards from the sawmill, just extra little strips, and that'll hold my bottom, and then I'll just trim right along that board. Then I'll roll up my scrap piece. I'm gonna try to get that end cap by dark. Don't know if we'll make it, but anyway, just want to show you the process getting this on. Hopefully it'll last at least one season. So I'm losing light rapidly, but I got one screw in each corner of each sheet, and now I pulled it down underneath the board, and I'm using the board to hold it down. I'm just going to put all new strips on to save time all the way down. They're white oak, they should make it. I can come back and adjust the wrinkles out after I get the bottom board on if I have a little room. It's not that windy, so I don't have to worry about getting every screw in tonight, but I want to get the bottom where it needs to be. And if I can, I'll loosen the nut or the bolt and pull up, and then I'll screw it all the way off tomorrow. The end cap, I don't think I'm going to get to it. They're going to have to be all right, just because they made it this far. This probably isn't the night. Cloudy, so it'll be warmer tonight than usual. I know there's been some cold, clear nights, and didn't die yet. So, but that temperature inside there is probably decreasing every day by a little bit. So this intervention might have been enough. So I'm going to try to get this done before dark. I'll talk to you more later. Here we are in darkness. I don't know if you can see any of that. Okay, but I got strips on. I got the plastic cut. Not perfect, but it's not done either. But it's certainly going to hold a higher temperature in there tonight. So Save the Tomatoes. Not windy, it's still, and overcast. So we're not going to have as cold as I'm sure we have had. So that's good news, because I just don't have time to get this end cap on. And I'm not going to work in the dark, break my neck just trying to close in this little bit. We reduced the airflow probably at least 80%. It's going to lose a little heat to the end here, but everything down at this end's dead anyway. Well, now you know why. So I'll update you on this tomorrow, and I will be trying to locate my 3/4 breaker bar so I can crack the nuts loose on that head over there, or the bolts loose on that head. Get a replacement part ordered if possible. Put the rest of my plastic away. It does rain. I'll get my plastic all soaking. I do believe the last time I hung that plastic, I might have hung it backwards while it dried out. It should have lasted more than 1 year, but we'll see how long this lasts. Save the tomatoes, and I'm going to also try to figure out what to put in that greenhouse that is not sensitive to these short days. We're within the 6 shortest weeks of the shortest days, and just some things are not going to, even if you get them the heat, the light is not enough to have them do their thing. So I'm going to find out what I could put in the greenhouse and get to grow in these short days, if anything. And I do have some LED lights I might hook up, so I may do some greenhousing. Just it's not really the top priority, but I need to have the practice and see what works. So anyway, I'll check in with you tomorrow. Y'all have a good night.